friends, and welcome to Little Bitty Noggins. Today we are going to make this super adorable little chickie that's perfect for your spring or Easter basket. It's adorable as an addition to a front door wreath. And it's really sweet and squishy. So, for today's project, we are using the Premier Just Chanel Dollar Tree yarn. It's awesome, right? So the colors we're using are yellow and salmon. So the salmon is going to be a little beak, and the yellow is going to be our chickie itself. So jumping right in for this pattern, you are going to need a G 4mm crochet hook, a pair of scissors, a yarn needle, some 8mm safety eyes, and a small amount of polyfill. So jumping right in, what we're going to do is, for this Just Chanel yarn, it's a little difficult to work with when you're making a magic ring. So I have found for these, if you make your slip knot and put it on your hook, and then make 2 slip stitches, 1, 2, and we're going to work our first round into the beginning stitch right there. So we are going to single crochet 6 stitches. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. For this pattern, we are going to be using single crochet increases, and single crochet decreases. So we got 6 single crochet in that first chain, and we are going to do a round of increases. So we are going to put 2 single crochets into each stitch from the previous round, for our total being 12. So we find our first stitch and we place 1, 2 single crochets, just like that. And we are going to do that all the way around. So there are 3 and 4, 5 and 6. My yarn is moving. 7 and 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12. Sometimes it can be a little difficult seeing the stitches in this yarn. So more than anything is I just try to feel where it's going and hope for the best, and just make sure that you end up with the correct number of stitches at the end of your round. So for round 3, we are going to do 1 single crochet into the first stitch, and then a single crochet increase into the next, and we are going to repeat that pattern around for a finished number of 18 stitches. So there's stitch 1, and then an increase at 2 and 3. 4 is by itself, 5 and 6 are together, 7 is by itself, 8 and 9 are together, 10 is by, oh, hold on. See, this is one of those moments. All right, 10 is by itself, 11 and 12 are together, 13 is by itself, 14 and 15 are together, 16 is by itself, and 17 and 18 are together. So we now have 3 rounds done. For rows 4, 5, and 6, we are going to do 18 single crochet. So together that is 54 stitches, I believe. So 18 is 36. Yeah, 54 stitches. So we are going to just go 54 stitches all the way around. So I'm gonna fast forward a bit and we will go from there. there was 54. So here is what we've got so far. This is super cute little egg-shaped guy. For round 7, we are going to be adding our wings in. So for this round, we are going to do 5 single crochet. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we are going to chain 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to take our hook, count back to the first chain we made, and insert our hook. We're going to yarn over and pull through both of those loops that are on our hook. So we've made a little wing here, and then we are going to single crochet 9. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and one more is 9. And we are going to repeat that. So chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Count back 1, 2, 3 to the first chain that we made, insert our hook, yarn over and pull through both of those loops, and then we're going to single crochet 4 to finish off the round. So there's that. And now for the next 2 rows, we're going to do 18 single crochet. So it might be a little tricky getting around that wing, so I'm going to show you what to do. So we're going to do our first 5 stitches. There's 3, 4, and 5. So, all right, I'm going to pull up a loop real quick so I can kind of show you. The next stitch is right there next to your winged, like where it joins. So it's right here. You don't want to accidentally miss it and get the one next to it. You want the one that is directly next to the wing. So what we're going to do is we are going to grab our loop back up, kind of fold that wing back, and insert our hook, and then make a slip stitch, or sorry, a single crochet. And then we're going to do 8 more single crochet here, because we want 9 in that section. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we're going to do the same thing. So we want to kind of pull that wing back, find the stitch that's right next to the wing, and then single crochet 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to do one more round of 18. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, making sure to grab both of those loops. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. All right, so this is the point where we're going to add our eyes and our beak. So for our eyes, we are going to be placing them between rounds 6 and 7. Oops, sorry, nope, that's where we're putting our beak, between rounds 6 and 7. What we are going to be doing for our eyes is we are going to place them between rows 4 and 5. So we're going to hold our duck or chickie, and we're going to find the first round that we made right there. And we are going to count the bumps. So here's 1, here's 2, Here's 3. Here's number 4 and number 5. So we are going to place our eyes there. And then we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches and place our second eye there. He looks kind of derpy right now because he doesn't have a beak. Just a yellow ball with eyes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our salmon colored yarn, or orange if you have it. And you don't have to use just Chanel. You can use any sort of soft fluffy yarn that is about the same size. So this says it's a 6 super bulky. I don't think it is. I think it's probably closer to a 5, which is just like a regular bulky weight yarn, because this is kind of small for a super bulky. All right, we're going to take our yarn needle and we are going to thread our orange yarn. And we are going to find, here's the row the eyes are on. The row below the eyes right here is where we are going to place our beak. So we're going to pull our yarn through from back to front, go over 2 stitches, pull it through. So now we've got the first part of our beak, and we're going to do that same thing in the same spot again. So there to there. And this yarn loves to fray. Okay, so now we've got our beak, and what we're going to do is we're going to push our eyes and everything inside. So we are now looking at the inside of our ducky or chick, or you know, our little baby here. And we're just going to do a knot, the basic square knot behind, like so. Quick, easy, simple square. And then while we're back here, we are going to take our backings for our safety eyes, 2 of those. I'm going to put those out of the way. And we are going to secure our safety eyes on like so. Push them as far down as they will go. Flip your bird right side out. And we are almost done. We've got 2 more rounds. All right, so what we're going to do, this is going to be our first decrease round. And we're going to pull that nice and tight. And we are going to do 1 single crochet and then a single crochet decrease. And we're going to repeat that pattern all the way around for a total of 12 stitches. So I just did 1, 2, here's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, 9, and 10 is a decrease, 11, and 1 more decrease is 12. All right, so there's that. And then I'm going to grab my polyfill real quick. I'll be right back. I've come to realize that I tend to forget the polyfill whenever I'm doing a video, and I end up having to go across my craft room to go get it. All right. So we're going to take some polyfill, or before we do polyfill, we're going to do 3 decreases for the next round. We're going to do 6 in total, but we're going to do our first 3. So we want 1 decrease, 2 decreases, and 1 more decrease. So what this is doing is it's closing up the hole that we're going to have to sew at the end. But I don't like stuffing my critters with polyfill before getting that last little bit done, because polyfill likes to go in between stitches and it's kind of a pain to pick out. So I do as many stitches as I can before I can comfortably stuff and not have to really worry about it trying to get grabbed by my hook. All right, so we've got 3. And then we're going to do 3 more decreases. So 1 or 4, 5, and 6. And if you are okay with, if you have magic and can not get polyfill in your stitches, please feel free to skip that last step. All right, so sorry about that. I just jumped ahead of myself. So I just finished my 6 stitches, my 6 decreases. And what I'm going to do next is I am going to insert my hook into the next stitch, grab up a loop and pull it through, and then pull it through the loop that was already on my hook. Yarn over and pull up a loop. And then this is going to be, pull that nice and tight. This is going to be the string that we use to sew the bottom of this little chicky shut. So let's grab the yarn needle real quick. And for this last part here, what we're going to do is we're going to just weave our yarn needle in and out of those final 6 stitches, like so. And then pull that nice and tight like a drawstring. We're going to grab up just a couple random stitches, like loops. And then we're going to slide our needle through that loop there and pull it tight. And then we're going to take this and shove it through the chicky, pulling up that right there. And then we're going to cut this nice and close to the top. And there you have it, guys. An adorable, quick Easter spring chick that can be added to whatever you want to add to it too. Thank you so much for joining me for this simple Dollar Tree project. It was great making this video for you. I appreciate y'all so much. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comment section. I try to get to each of the comments as quickly as possible. And if you haven't already, please subscribe and, like the video. It's a big help. And I cannot wait to see y'all next time. I hope you have a wonderful Easter if you celebrate, and a wonderful spring. Thank you so much for being here with me, guys. Have a great one. I'll see y'all next time. Bye.